Hey guys, so officially we have information on every single quest and requirement for the new Odyssey event that's currently on Forerunner and will be on Global pretty soon. And there's a lot to dissect here, which I'm going to go over in detail. But before we get into that, I have to first of all say there's a lot of quests that you have to save for. So there's certain things that have insane requirements, and here's essentially my message to say, hey, this is what to plan for, and this is how to do it. So let's get into it. So first of all, I have to have some shout outs and some thanks to a couple people. All of these images were sent to me by the Dragon Slayers community, so thank you to them. And we're going to go into them pretty quickly. There are some gaps, but that comes with my second shout out, which is to Mystical, as you can see here. Mystical is a good YouTuber. As you can see, I'm subscribed for obvious reasons. And I was trying to do a little bit of research for this video since my screenshots cut off around the 40 to 50 mark because not a lot of people have really pushed it to the max. And I found out that Mystical actually had a really in-depth and really good video on every single reward and also a Google Docs to go to. So big thanks to them for making this, and I highly recommend checking them out. Really good content creator, and they will be linked in the description. They have an entire spreadsheet. I'm going to leave that for the end to kind of go over, and we're going to go through these screenshots in order, and I'm going to kind of explain them a little bit. Then we're going to hop over the spreadsheet, kind of talk about it a tiny bit, and summarize it a little bit with some of the rewards, some of the requirements, stuff like that, things you should be saving for. But let's get into it. So first of all, a lot of the Odyssey quests are really out of place. When going through this before, it's a little messy. So you'll see some requirements that are like have two ancient pieces on a hero. And then the next one will be like beat stage 12 of a gear aid, which doesn't make a lot of sense, but that's how it's formatted. So you will get hard stuck pretty often, but some things to note here is it's a permanent event, so this will be alongside the Volca storyline, introduced very early, and it'll be permanent forever. So this is all just bonus stuff, bonus rewards. It does not affect anything at all, and this is just kind of a bonus, essentially, is what this is. As you can see, though, we got own mythic artifact, claim friendship points, clear certain trials of the faction trials, and it's all pretty easy stuff. And then you move on. There's a pretty big gap because we didn't have any screenshots, but it goes up to stuff like clear certain campaigns, do some artifact forging, equip a hero with 2 pieces of ancient gear, which is what I mentioned earlier. People are not going to enjoy this early game, but later game, this is super easy to complete because ancients are really the best equipment you can get. Clear more campaign, clear any stage with the hero whose crit rate exceeds 100%. There are quite a few requirements like this where you have to have certain stats on your heroes or certain things have to be met when you're clearing a stage, which I really like. I like when they try to diversify their challenges, so just keep in mind that you gotta do stuff like that. Get some wins in arena, clear some stages, and some faction trials. Pretty simple stuff, as you can see. Engage in 5 friendly face-offs, which is really easy to get. Obtain 2 pieces of ancient gear for Gear Aid 1 is, I think, probably one of the more controversial ones. Definitely for people who I've seen talking about the event, really do not like this one, but I don't think it's that bad. And there's 2 reasons why I don't think this type of thing is too bad. One is it incentivizes you to farm and progress. You're going to need those ancients anyways. I do think they should be later down the line, closer to like 70. Because who the hell is getting this early game? No one. But this is a permanent event, and I don't think it's that bad. Also, Gear Aid 1 has the highest ancient drop rates by far. It's like double the other 2, so just keep that in mind. You gotta enhance certain gear pieces without failure, spend stamina, pretty typical stuff. Make some purchases in the guild shop. You actually get these tokens, which is really good. You get these from selling legendaries, so the fact that they're giving them out for free is pretty cool. I think total they give out 100 or so, which is not bad. And we get some clear stages things, own epic and above demon soldiers. This might seem daunting at first, and sure, it is pretty daunting. Around the same time that this drops, I assume Demon Crusade will actually drop. Demon Crusade being a PvE kind of demon soldier thing where you use demon soldiers to kind of demolish other teams, stuff like that, which I will be making videos when it drops because I love Guild v Guild related content. And that update will come with 3 new demon soldiers that are pretty easy to get, so that will give you kind of 3 towards this, and the rest is pretty easy to get, so it's not that bad. Moving on, we got clear stage 18, grade 1. A little hard, I don't know why it's so early in here, but it is. Stage 12 with only marks in gear 2, only marksman, kind of interesting. Own mythic artifacts of enhancement level, so that's pretty easy. We got clear campaign. This one's a little hard, and then you get some faction trial things. I don't know why, first of all, this is a reward, and I don't know why this is such a crazy requirement. 20 is a lot of heroes. A lot of people have it already, sure, but early on, this is going to take you like 4 months to get, which is, it's baffling that this isn't like one of the final ones. It's only like in the first 40, which is insane. But you get some mythic extract shards. Woo. Whatever. Anyways, that's a thing you can get. As you can see, though, a lot of ancients are being given away, stuff like that. We gotta also beat certain quests in order to get to the next ones. And the last screenshot I have for you guys from this is clear any stage with a hero that has a certain amount of crit damage, obtain some XP, and own a bunch of enhanced artifacts. So these are pretty easy to get, not too bad, honestly. This, I think you could just level 50 artifacts to +1 or something and then get it. Doesn't seem too hard. And while the quests are pretty freaking weird, I'm not against it because the rewards are really good. And that brings me to the spreadsheet. Once again, credit to Mystical, will be in the description. I highly recommend checking out. We got the Odyssey quests, and some things are misspelled, but for the most part, we got the rewards here. We got the amount of the rewards, and we got the quests, and that's the main thing to note. Also, as you can see here, we have the total rewards, but that's not what the focus is now. We're covering the stages. So I'm going to go over and just kind of skim through a little bit to try to focus on the most important ones, the one you should be saving for, and things like that. And there's quite a few. So first of all, as you can see, a lot of pretty simple stuff here. You get some decent rewards. I'll kind of scroll down. I will also link this in the description if you need to look at it. But one of the main ones that I want to focus on is this one. As you can see, upgrade Demon Soldier. It's spelled a little wrong, but upgrade Demon Soldier 1 time. And this one's pretty hard to get, especially if you're later in the game. So I would highly recommend when you get a Demon Soldier level, not to level them. I know I accidentally leveled the viewers ones on a takeover by accident because my OCD forced me to. But I would save. Saving these is pretty important, and I highly recommend it. So make sure to keep that in mind. Dismiss epic heroes. I don't know if this is one of those permanent ones where it's just your overall if you've sold them in the past or if you have to sell them now. I would recommend saving those. You know, there's a lot of clearing stages, all of this stuff. Once again, you can look at the rewards if you want. Let's just kind of go through together. Complete Artifact Forge 50 times. I would save for. We got equip with ancient gears. Just keep that in mind. We got get arena wins. Stuff that I covered already. Let's just keep going down. Participate in arena 50 times. I hope this is permanent, like across your entire lifetime, but I don't think it is. This one's gonna suck, so definitely save some arena tickets or whatever, just in case. We got do a certain amount of blood in one go. Obtain 100 Demon Soldier shards. Not too hard to get. You do need to farm quite a bit though. And it's a lot of stuff. As you can see though, Dolores skin is right here. As you can see. Clear stage 18, grade 2 will get you the Dolores skin when you get to it. The Dolores skin I leaked maybe 3-4 months ago. And it's a really good skin. I really like the Dolores skin. I think it's great. I love that it's free and permanent, which is amazing. Get some wins here, you know, fulfill some requirements. Let's just keep going. You gotta achieve a certain Immortal Codex rank a certain amount of times. I'm not sure if this is replicatable, but it looks like, once again, right here, you do need a certain amount of rotations, which does kind of suck. You gotta spend a certain amount of gold This is an insane amount of gold. I assume this is lifetime. If it's not lifetime, I'm going to be really mad. Equip a hero with 5 pieces of ancient gear. There's another one, which is get 5 ancient pieces from a certain gear raid. And dismiss more epic heroes. Complete Artifact Forge. Achieve Overlord or above at the end of a season 3 times. I assume this is permanent. S plus or above in Mortal Codex 3 times. Pretty hard to get. Some equip things. Enchant 100 pieces of gear to level 16. Gives you a legendary hero, which is a really good reward. Legendary heroes are always amazing rewards and are very rare to find, so that's the best one. Obviously, because it's the last reward. I'm not sure if when it comes to global, they will have a dedicated hero for it, or if it will continue. Sorry, I can't talk. I don't know if it'll continue to be random, which it is currently on Forerunner, but we do get a legendary hero, which does make this all worth it. But as you can see, quite a few really hard things to deal with. So I would say save some gold, save some forge things, save some epic heroes, save some some artifact leveling resources, save a bunch of gold, and also save a demon soldier. Just save a demon soldier. And also kind of try to compartmentalize in your brain that if you don't need to spend these resources before this event comes, don't spend the resources. Like, save some guild tokens. Like, if you're planning on buying a guild artifact, don't save it, because you might be able to buy it the next week when Odyssey drops. It's not dropping next week. I'm just saying, imagine you want to buy it and then the next week it drops. I would just save it instead. Stuff like that. And just overall, try your best to prep. I would clear some faction trials. I would clear some of these stages if you can. I would just kind of mentally prepare, essentially. That's kind of what I wanted to talk about. Once again, thanks to the Dragon Slayers community and Mystical for the resources. I really appreciate it, since I do not have a good enough Forerunner account to even really think about these things. So, yeah. Anyways, that's about it for me. I just kind of wanted to get this heads up for you guys now, kind of immediately say, hey, here's what you got to plan for. Best of luck. But that's it for me. Thank you guys for watching, and Destined signing out.